You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV Southland After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV Southland After Show.
Bing is for doing, we're here doing Southland Season 5, Episode 2, Heat. Aptly named, because LA cops are different, and we are different from every other host. We can take the heat. I am your host, Phil Svitek, joined alongside yet again
by Anik Dufour. Hello.
Welcome back. I hope you guys missed us. We missed you. All right. Good overall episode. I enjoyed it.
I did too.
That's good. I hope you guys did as well, fans. Let's get into Lydia. Let's start off with her. Obviously, you know, if I'm to jump to the end, very sad. But let's start at the beginning. Again, I love how we talked about last week that she's kind of over this kid.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly pawning off on her mom, you know, working out, things like that. And I like how I like how kind of everyone's against her. You know, obviously the mom of like, you know, working out, you know, it affects your breast milk and all these different things that affect the breast milk. And then obviously the funny part is her partner is, you know,
right,
even worse than her mom, as she says.
Yes. I actually think that she's doing a lot of the stuff to kind of avoid the kid, so she doesn't have to deal with him. But now that her mom passes away, she's kind of stuck.
That she is. I mean, you couldn't have written it better. That's the irony. But I mean, why does she hate the kid so much, in your opinion?
I don't think she hates him. I just think not that she resents him, but he kind of obviously was not planned. And it just ends up being like this, oh, surprise, you're pregnant. Okay, what do I do with it? You know, you have options. She chose to keep it, so she should, well, you know, she should take care of it and woman up.
Woman up. I mean, for me, it's Lydia is so strategic about everything, and she's obviously very into her career, and so this child takes that away.
Right.
And which is not good. And she hasn't found the balance between, as they kind of refer to it every now and then, civilian lifestyle versus the cop lifestyle.
Right.
And it's unfortunate. Again, it was one of those things that because of her mom, she did do certain things where she passed it off onto her mom, and that was nice. But even so, she still said today she only had 4 hours of sleep, which you would think it would be more if the mom was in the picture.
Right. I think she uses the kid too as like excuses for certain things.
Like what in particular of tonight?
Well, she says, oh, she's tired and stuff like that. But if, you know, the mom is taking care of the kid 24/7, then, you know, why are you so tired? Because it cries? Of course it's going to cry. It's a baby. But at the same time, she needs to learn how to balance the career and her son if she's going to keep him.
Well, now, again, the great thing is now that choice has been made for her, and she has to. She hasn't now she doesn't have a choice. With the mom, she had a choice. Now she doesn't have a choice.
Well, she always has a choice.
Well, would you... okay, so, yes, she has choices, but do you really think she's going to give him away?
I don't think she is. I think she may contemplate it, but I don't think she would actually give him away. But then again, you know, the show goes either way, so you never know what's going to happen.
Do you think her partner would take the child? Is there a romance blossoming there? What you know?
I don't think there's any romance blossoming. He's married. He's got
but you could get divorced.
Yeah, but it's...
To be kind of vain about the subject.
So Phil's bringing up divorce. I don't think that there's anything going on between them. I just think that maybe he's kind of like a confidant for her, so she can just like turn to him and talk to him about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is true, and what's nice is, again, referring back to when he said, that's not good for the baby. Again, he knows these things because he's been through them. So.
It's her kid, though.
It is her kid.
She can do whatever she wants with him to a certain extent.
Well,
when it comes to like breastfeeding, because they were talking about breastfeeding and bottle feeding, but it's like it's whenever it's up to her. Like he said, you're the mother. It's ultimately your choice.
Ultimately, it is, but at the same time, I mean, we could go on all about this, but there's so many people who'd advocate for breastfeeding till an older age and blah blah. Certainly not giving up. And how old is this child? A couple weeks?
No, he's like maybe a month.
Okay,
2
yeah.
months.
So giving up on breastfeeding after a couple weeks indicates a month.
Yeah, that's true.
4 weeks indicates a month. I could have said 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So, to give up on a child at that stage, that's pretty damn early. Breastfeeding.
Yeah, it is. Just to give up for no reason, it is. A lot of people give up because of other reasons, health reasons and stuff. But she just did it just to give up, so she can pretty much, because she even said to her partner that that bottle feeding and formula fills up the baby more, so he sleeps longer.
Yeah.
So I think she did it for that as well, just to like kind of like
selfishly. And that I'm gonna be interested to see how Lydia reacts now. First off, the fact that it's her mother,
right?
That in itself, she's gonna have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously there's the burden of, okay, now I really have to take care of this child. So she's gonna be fighting some demons.
Yeah.
Which I'm looking forward to see. So, by the way, fans on iTunes, feel free to rate and comment and tell me how awkward it was for me to talk about breast milk this episode. Yes.
We love watching Phil blush.
Yes, it's always fun. But on a serious note, please go to iTunes, rate and comment. Let us know what you guys think of the show. Let us know how we can improve. Let us know things you like. Give us actual constructive criticism that we can take and see results with.
Yes.
And that way the show's better. Because why would it? If we're making the show better, it means you like it.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you want a show that you like?
Exactly.
Anyway, and also tell a friend. That's all it takes.
Subscribe.
All right.
Follow us on Twitter. Yeah. No.
Yes. All right. Let's talk about Mendoza and that storyline.
Stash.
The stash.
Or as I like to call him Stash.
Stash, yes, because he's got an amazing mustache.
Yeah.
I thought he would have been injured. This is where I kind of get mad, but I also don't blame the show. I would have liked to see the through line of last week with the strippers and that ending to carry on to this, where he's in the hospital because of that.
Right.
He is not.
Right.
What were your thoughts on this storyline?
I think I didn't think he was going to stay for very long, for many episodes, but I just didn't see that coming particularly. He shot himself for insurance reasons. And of course it backfired. As it usually does. As it usually does, yes.
Especially today when there's so much,
Yeah.
There's so much that they can check and everything, and don't try to do insurance fraud.
Right. It never works out.
Check out Double Indemnity, the movie. It doesn't work out.
I don't even know what I was talking about. Dumb and
Fraud.
Dumber. Fraud. Yeah.
I didn't say Dumb and Dumber. I said Double Indemnity.
Oh.
Double Indemnity.
You know what? I have seen that actually.
Yes.
It's really good.
Yes, not Dumb and Dumber. That was not my recommendation. Double Indemnity.
But that was kind of.
But go ahead.
Funny too, right? Yeah.
I'm sorry for getting this topic. Go ahead.
Yeah, I actually thought he was going to be like a crooked cop. Like I said
Mendoza?
last week. Yeah.
Okay.
He's somewhat crooked, but not in the type of way that I thought he was going to be. But I just think it screwed up what he did. And he lied to everybody. He lied to Ben, Sherman, who's one of his good friends, and he was all excited to try and raise money, for his medical bills, and then he finds out that he screwed him over.
And it was going to be a big PR stunt, right? That was the cool part at the beginning, kind of seeing that and everyone.
Yeah.
So, again, all these sort of things have effects, and what I liked was it was a direct parallel to Cooper's storyline and the things he was going through, and which obviously we'll talk to at length. But Mendoza kind of just looked at it from one-dimensional standpoint. I do this, I collect insurance money, etc. Well, as Sammy is quick to point out, you cost the child's life.
Right.
In that argument, who wins, Sammy or Ben? Who's right in your eyes?
In my eyes, I think Sammy, kind of. I mean, Ben didn't really cause the child to get shot. I just think that I'm having a hard time explaining. I think he wanted to help him, and he wanted to get everything like straight. Ben Sherman was, but it backfired on him, and he ended up doing something that he shouldn't have done, and it cost a little boy's life, which I don't think they were aiming for him. I think maybe they were aiming for his father.
I mean, it's debatable.
Yeah.
I'm not going to debate that, but again, what I love about Ben is that he sees a situation, and he's going to go after. He wants to write it, and so he doesn't have time to think. Again, especially with the cops, and then that's what I like about the show is they're kind of really exposing these different things. But you would think, okay, I can trust the cop. Here's the story he says. Here's kind of the rumors. Okay, as a cop, yes, nothing's confirmed. I got your back. I'm gonna do this for you because you're my friend.
Right.
And it hurts when, obviously, that scene when he comes in like, you lied. That Ben was very, very hurt.
Yeah.
And like the fact that they're kind of exposing these cracks in the cop's armor.
Yeah.
So to speak.
and he was hurt, but it's like Mendoza didn't care. He's was just being selfish.
Again, for me, he's one-dimensional.
Yeah.
You should have thought about it. And again, he didn't go through that experience. I mean, I really enjoyed that scene with the thug.
Yeah.
That was a fun scene with the son.
Thug.
Or whatever. They had so many like gang names for all of them, so I enjoyed that. I thought that was pretty fun. And swears. I swear on my mom. No, swear on your son.
Mm-hmm.
And the irony is, he shouldn't have sworn on his son because he lied.
Right.
And it cost him his son.
Right. Karma.
So,
it's not good.
Karma is true.
I did though like how Sammy gave the little boy his little Lego. The son,
Yeah, no.
Sammy's son gave him the little Lego, the little cop Lego.
Yeah.
So he gave him. I thought that was cute. Girl moment.
Well, let's talk about that for a little bit, because obviously Sammy, we're still dealing with his struggles of marriage or non-marriage as it is now.
Right.
And he's texting pictures to the babysitter.
Yeah.
So even when he has the kids, he doesn't really have the kids.
Right.
He's got have to have a babysitter. So, poor Sammy. What are your thoughts on Sammy at this point?
I think he loves the kid. I really do. I think it's like his everything. I just don't think it's his.
But you okay, that's
he's not the baby daddy. At least I don't know.
But how should he be handling this situation?
As in his whole ex-wife situation?
Yeah, with the wife, with the kid, with anything.
I think he's handling it the best way he can.
Okay.
You don't think so?
No, I honestly don't know. I mean, it seems like... Yeah, what was funny to me is he's yelling at the court system of, like, he's basically saying, F the court system of California. I've already paid the first round of all these different things. Now you're asking me for the second. Yeah, that's unfair. But yeah, he's part of the system, so he should know the California law and all these different things.
Right.
As a cop.
Right.
I found that funny and whatever.
Right, you would think, but I mean, he's still human, and I guess he's trying to get away from paying what he has to pay.
And to bring it back to the title too, the episode's called Heat, so it's getting to him, and he is getting. Pardon the pun, but yes, it is a pun. He's heating up. It's true though. Well, yes, pun intended, because that's the subtext of it.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, again, I'm just showing what great writing that was.
Yeah.
Anything else about this storyline that you would like to talk about? Any of the details that you liked in particular?
For Ben and
Sammy.
Sammy.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I just think that as the episodes go on, you know, their friendship still is growing because they weren't really friends at first.
No, they weren't, especially not last week.
Right. But so their friendship's still growing, so I'd like to see where it'll end up eventually.
Where do you think it'll end up? Where do you want it to end up?
I don't know. I like them together as partners.
Why? What about them?
They just have like great chemistry together.
Yeah. I mean, first off, they kind of look similar, so that helps.
Really? You think so?
To a degree. But, you know, they have a nice dynamic, whereas, you know, with Cooper and his partner, just, you know, obviously in tonight's episode, they had what they had, and they had their tiff, and we'll get to that. But with these guys, for better or worse, they're kind of on the same page.
Yeah,
they're kind of similar people. It's just that Sammy has a kid, and Ben doesn't necessarily.
Yeah.
So
we'll see how it goes, especially maybe if I'm right. It's not going to be his kid, so like what, you know.
What do you do with
if
that
it's not, what is he going to do, you know?
What do you do with that? Okay. All right, let us talk about Cooper. I thought it was really funny when they were handing out the muffins. Oh, it's from Cooper's
girlfriend.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what? Did Cooper make them?
Yeah.
Hide the fact that, you know, well, because if things kind of carried off clearly, you know, last week he gets dumped.
Right.
And now, you know, so you would think like, oh, he's trying to make it up to the boys, show him that like he's got, you know, he's a macho man, got a girl at home. But no.
Right, because I mean, nobody knows that he's gay.
Nobody does.
So but it's cute when she goes and she brings, you know, he's got a little admirer. She just wants to go to the movies. I mean, like, you know, come on, guys.
But
really, she just wants to go to the movies.
Well, here's the thing, and I'll let you argue this.
Okay.
For her, the movies are not just the movies. It's you're giving her a glimmer of hope. And, okay, if he does this, forget, if he was straight, you know, again, one can argue another way, but he doesn't want to hurt her feelings because he's gay, and it can never be. And she, you know, and I don't know if she can understand that.
Right, but if he tells her, if he finally, you know, decides to like tell somebody, then maybe they can go and like hop to the movies.
She could be her. She could be his confidant.
Yeah, why not?
Or maybe his beard.
Hey, why not? You never know.
No, I mean it's tough because have we ever seen John with like friends or anything like that?
I have not.
Like
not that I can recall.
Like John's just a cop.
Right.
Which is why when he gets called out in the ice cream shop, I think he really gets mad. Because as he says, yes, we work 12-hour shifts, but Cooper really works like 18-hour shifts and then just sleeps.
Right.
And sometimes, yes, every now and then he has his boyfriend, but
right, he eats, breathes, sleeps. But now the only thing is that the boyfriend left last week. It's
actually true. Why he should be mad.
Right.
Is over that fact of, hey, you know what? First off, I can't even be myself. So forget the fact that I don't even have a civilian life. Whatever civilian life I had was taken away from me because I couldn't accept the fact that, you know, that he was gay. And he's dedicated his whole life to this. And he's being called out for it.
Right, but at the same time, it's his fault. I mean,
why is it his fault?
He can come out.
Okay, in that sense, it is his fault, yes.
You know, he can come out, and then things will probably be a lot easier for him, too.
It's true. I mean, he certainly does have that demon on his shoulder, but I think part of it is, I mean, why won't he? In your opinion, why won't he?
I think it's because everybody sees him as this big, tough cop. So, like, if he comes out, then maybe people will have, like, a different opinion of him.
Have there been any gay cops on this show that we know of?
Not that I know of. I don't recall.
I mean, I'd be interested to see. Like, I wonder if LA cops are kind of more open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with Boston, obviously there's a whole gay culture, but you know, still with the Boston cops, they're looked up as like macho men. And
Right.
So, you know, I'm sure there's gay. Yes, there's gay cops everywhere.
Yes.
But are they out of the closet? Is what I'm saying.
Good question.
All right, let's talk about the ice cream shop, because again, this poor guy just wants his ice cream.
I know. It's pistachio. I love pistachio.
But
Maybe
could you at least buy into her point in any extent? I mean, you know, she is entitled to her opinion a little bit, but
I guess she probably sees it as, well, they never really do anything. And just like, you know, they're in coffee shops or donut shops and stuff like that.
well, they don't do anything
like,
for her.
Right, but she sees them as her like never doing anything. I mean, as them never doing anything. Like she's paying them tax dollars and stuff because we pay their salary. And
was it right to call him out in that way?
I don't think it was right, but she did it anyway. I mean, I don't think it was right how she called him out on, because I mean, there's, you know, they're people too, and they do have breaks just like everyone else. But I mean, she did, and it's unfortunate that she did, and I think that he.
How do you think he handled it?
I think he handled it well.
Really?
Probably a lot better than I would.
Why? In the fact that he didn't actually overreact, or he did overreact, but in a good, I don't know.
I think he reacted just enough for her to like realize, you know, where he's coming from.
Okay. So she's remorseful after this?
Probably not. But, you know, can't win them all.
And his partner, what? Obviously, he didn't like it. I mean, he liked it, but I don't know. Let's talk about his partner.
Oh, yeah.
What are your thoughts on his partner?
Not his partner anymore, apparently. I think he flipped out tonight, obviously. He saw the veteran, and he saw, I guess, everything that when the shooting happened, he probably came back to when he was in Afghanistan, when he was on tour with, you know, the shooting and stuff, and he just got like terrified and scared. But then again, he should have known.
I mean, he certainly should have known. Obviously, last week we revealed the fact that he only did it because of the money and all that. I think for me, the reason why Cooper fired him, and I say fired because that's what I believe meant by the badge being taken off.
Right.
That was a symbol of that. They didn't really need to say much more than that. But for me, he was looking at him and he saw, this is exactly why the woman yelled at me in there. Because of guys like you. Because you couldn't step up. You couldn't put all that BS behind you. Right.
No, I completely agree. And he just, of course the guy's not meant to be a cop, but at the same time, you know, he's making other cops look bad by doing what he did.
Yeah.
And he should have known.
And he put Cooper out, and not only that, yes, it'd be one thing if he didn't pull over someone and didn't write the ticket. But it's also the fact of he put Cooper's life in danger. So there's a very serious side to that.
Yeah, you're supposed to protect your partner.
Yes.
No matter what you do, you know, you have their backs. And because he didn't, then, you know, it's not good.
Let's go back for a moment and let's talk about the old man in the car. I thought, by the way, hysterical.
That was funny.
Really, really funny. Who was right?
Not when he shot himself, but it was funny.
That part was not funny, but
yeah.
but the car.
The car part was funny.
It was my GPS. Sorry.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? You know, again, what I love about the show, it makes it very tough to discuss it because you always wonder who's right.
Right.
His license expired, but then he's old. He's probably gonna die soon. Who's gonna get his damn grocery? Like, who ends up being right?
I think the only reason why Steele wanted to let him go was because he was a vet, and he served for the country.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's the only reason why he told Cooper that he should catch and release, like he said. I think that's the only reason.
Do you agree with that?
I don't necessarily agree. I don't agree with it because, I mean, if I would do that, you know, my ass would be in jail. You're in the back of a cop car. So it's like I don't necessarily agree with it because I think everybody should be treated equally. But, you know, I mean, it happens, and they let him go, and he ended up shooting himself. I don't know if it's because of the incident or if it's because of something else. I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know. I mean, that's the unfortunate part. But, again, it's just, you know, whereas, as we discussed it with Ben and Sammy, there's that friendship forming. Certainly, the friendship here has completely deteriorated.
Yeah, there is none. There's never going to be one.
No. And you just knew when, as soon as he was coming up to Cooper and he said, you know, I know what you're going to say. Anytime you go up to someone and you say, I know what you're going to say,
Right.
you know you're in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, he knows what he did. He knows what he did was wrong, and he knows what he did. He shouldn't have done it.
That's right. I think that about wraps it up.
I think it does.
All right, let's get into the hardest segment of all, predictions for next week.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right. So I actually like the scenario, right? So I guess dispatch is down.
Right.
And so how do cops get to anywhere if the dispatcher is down?
Right.
I think that's going to be a fun scenario. That could be, that in itself could be a movie. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely.
That's an awesome, what they call log line in the industry.
We should write a movie.
Southland already took it.
Well, we can write another one.
Well, what are your thoughts? What you know, what's going to be fun for you to see? What do you want to see with that scenario?
I don't really have any predictions. I like to see how Lydia handles the whole situation with her mother passing and Christopher, her son. And I'd also like to see who Cooper's new partner is going to be, because that's going to be interesting.
It should be a girl.
It should.
Has he ever?
Yes.
Okay.
Last season.
That's right. That's right. My memory escapes me.
Lucy Liu last season.
There you go. Okay. I think that's about it. Again, the tough part with this show is that there's no real through line.
Yeah.
So you can't, you can't even necessarily predict that. So it's all going to be little scenarios. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good.
Yes. Me too.
So until then, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys then. Hopefully, we see you guys watching some other AfterBuzz TV after shows, and hopefully, feel free to chat with us to give us your comments, feedback, and let us know what you thought of the actual Southland show. I'd love your guys' take. You could feel free to tweet at us at AfterBuzz TV, and of course, we have personal Twitters, which are.
Yes, you can follow me at Anik.
And follow Marissa at Serafini TV. Serafini TV.
That's right.
So, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you here next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.